Islam. Let us rise today. My name is Jewish Funches Bay, Divine Minister of North American Government. And today, to my Ajax on social media, we want to give all the praise to the one international prophet Noble Drew who came 5 times stronger to raise all Ajax living in North America. And today we're going to discuss what's the difference between a job and a mandate. Now we got to take these from two different perspectives. One is dealing with social studies and geography, and one is dealing with law, international law. So what does that word law mean before we get started? That means having authority over land, air, and water. Now, we took social studies and geography in school. We was taught that every slave had a job. But notice what a slave didn't have, according to law. A slave did not proclaim his nationality in his own government. A slave did not pledge to his own flag. A slave did not live by his own constitution. And why? Because of law. Law said a slave is non-human, it's commercial property, it's nationless. It don't count, doesn't exist. So to all my Ajax on social media, when you go on TV and radio today, September 10th, 2019, talking about you're the descendant of a slave, you're celebrating slavery today. No, you are the descendant of the ancient Moabite tribe. This is an international mandate. This puts you on the family of nations. See, when you go around on television and radio saying you're the descendant of a slave, you're committing the greatest sin in the world. You're rejecting yourself. And why? Because of law. A slave doesn't exist. A slave doesn't count. It's nationless, powerless. It's dead. Now, the one on International Prophet Noble Drew, he brought us a what? An international mandate, which is law, which is living. The Moorish Divine Constitution, it teaches you to proclaim your nationality in your government. Then he say, Act 7, link yourself with other nations around the world so you be part of the human family. See, the United Nations is a spinoff of the 1928 Pan-African Conference in Geneva, in Cuba, where all the governments came together, all birthrights, all tribes, all ancient heritage. And the one of Prophet Noble Drew, he stood up and they asked him, say, what is your nationality? He said, Moorish American. Then he said, all the Asiatics living in North America who was born 10,000 years ago or born last night are Moorish Americans. This is the international mandate. Now, talking about Asiatics on social media. Why do you want to buck this, disagree with this? This is going to give you the international crime against you as a nation of people. You cannot march, boycott, and protest to United States Supreme Court, United States Congress, saying I'm a descendant of a slave. They already know that. They know what a slave, according to law, means nothing. It means you don't count. Let me ask you a question. You be fair to yourself. Will you give something that's commercial property $1? No, you would not. Because it's not part of the human family. It's like that tree outside. We're not here to insult our people, to put them down, but this was law did. See, law took them away from the family of nations. And the reason our Asiatic ancestors played a part in that. They doing what you're doing today, rejecting the Moorish Divine Constitution, which is your birthright, which is your international mandate that will give you international freedom. Will say, okay, the European slaveholder, slave catcher, slave man, how you want to pronounce it, did my bloodline wrong. Now we want for international crime. But you can't go up there marching, boycotting, protest names due to slavery, such as African American. Because at the Geneva World Court, they're going to say, how long you been a citizen of the African American government? Well, we can't hear you. And when you go to the United Nations and you say I'm people of color, they're going to say, how long you been pledging to the people of color flag? We can't hear you. This is international law. This is authority over land and water. The one on the Prophet Noble Drew, he's not against you. He's not attacking you. He's trying to uplift you with law. Law is living. So if you don't proclaim your nationality and your government to you proclaim to be, September the 10th, 2019, you are recognized as commercial property. This is international law. This is an international mandate. So the one on the Prophet Noah, he said, come out of Babylon. Come out of all this confusion, these misnomers. Say, come to your more marvelous light. And he said, go to www.morrisamericangovernment.land. You're going to click on the icon freedom. He said, there's no need to go to a blackboard and throw a dot and hope and dream that you're a Moorish American. No, he says further from the truth. He said in 1928 at the World Conference in Cuba, they said all the nations, all the tribes, it was written down. They know your divine nationality is Moorish American today in North America. They've been waiting on you. They got the check right up there, waiting on us. But we got to link ourselves with the governments of the world. And to all my Ajax on social media, don't be a Moorish American based off gold and silver. Because what's going to happen? You're going to ride around in your Bentley with your do-rag, a baseball cap, cross around your neck. Then you're going to sell your birthright. You're going to be right back into slavery again. Because you're going to not live by the Moorish divine constitution, the laws that govern your life. So the one, as not Prophet Noble Drawley, say, don't do that. He said, live by your Moorish divine constitution. Pledge your Moorish American flag. Be yourself a Moorish American government. See, this is your mandate. This is not a job. This is not social studies and geography where you're going to go point to a map or a globe and look for the Moorish. No, it's divinity. And where's divinity at? Point to your head and your heart. That's where the great God is at. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Stop listening to Reverend Leroy Love talking about you're a sinner. Because here's a $64 trillion question. You should ask Reverend Leroy Love in the pulpit. Does the great God Allah create sin? No. He doesn't create sin. Who creates sin? Lucifer, Satan, the dragon, and the beast. He creates sin. How does he do it? Based off hearsay. Sounding real slick, cool, and hip. Falsehood and delusions. So he got you marching, boycotting, and protesting to names due to slavery. They sound real slick, cool, and hip. Well, you're a Rastafarian. They say, okay, we're going to give you $12 trillion, Rastafarian. Now, how are you going to use that in your Rastafarian government? Well, we can't hear you. The Rastafarian government don't exist. And we're not here to speak radical. We're not here to insult you. We're not here to attack you. The one on the International Prophet Noble Drug, he's a prophet. He's a savior. He's coming right now. He's not like the one you call Jesus in this prophethood where you got to procrastinate and wait 2,000 years for this mandate. He said, no, it's here now within 4 seconds. He said, go to www.sevensealspublication.com. He said, get all my literature. The one on International Prophet Noble, his mandate is here now. You don't have to procrastinate and wait 2,000 years. Or when he decides he's ready to come back. The one Prophet Noble, he's here now. He wants you to live. You don't have to boycott and march at a European bookstore. Well, they don't have Prophet Noble Drawley's literature. That's why he say, I brought you everything to free you. But you got to think. See, thinking is going to free you. Yes, but you will need gold and silver to trade with other countries. Other nations. But that's not the reason why you're going to be a Moorish American citizen. Because that's the case, as soon as you get the gold and silver, what you going to do? You're going to sell your birthright. Your birthright is your Moorish divine constitution. Your Moorish American flag. Your headdress of nobility. Your fez and turban. You'll get that up for gold and silver. And you want to wear a fashion statement. A do-rag. A baseball cap and a scarf with a cross around your neck. We're not here to attack Christianity. Because one of Prophet Noble Drew said, our divine creed is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. He said, once you become a Moorish American, you give it back to the European. That's for his earthly salvation. Because the European, he thinks and believes God is outside of him. So he got you marching, boycotting, and protesting to a God that's outside of you. You looking up in the sky like he's a superhero, like he's Superman. Or he's down the street like Batman around the corner going to help you with civil rights. But the one on the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, what about your human rights? How about with intelligent tone? What does that word intelligent tone mean according to law? It means love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Your birth. Because remember, the great God who created all humanity doesn't create sin. So why would you be born a sinner? Stop listening to those false teachers. Reverend Leroy Love. See, he don't want you, he want to keep you in that mental slavery grave for another 2,000 years. And you creating the greatest in the world to reject yourself. And one international Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, no, I brought you an international mandate in 1912. But all you got to do is think. And it will free you. So he has government for you. He has a library for you. Once again, www.sevensealspublication.com. And he says, study, study, study. So you won't be listening to these so-called leaders, me, myself, and I, on social media, got you dreaming. And then when you wake up from this nightmare, you're still under the same European laws. So the European could be nice, polite to you according to segregation and integration. But the one on international Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, what about your human rights? What about your international mandate at the World Court in Geneva, Switzerland? What about linking yourself with other nations at the United Nations as your free national name, Moorish American? And this was the one on Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought. It's not a job. Because remember, in 1779, every slave had a job. And see, the one on the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he bring you divinity to teach you how to come out of slavery and not to be a slave. What did social studies and geography taught you in school? How to be a slave. And the one on the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, come out of Babylon. Come out of that confusion. He said, I come to take the covers off these secret societies, these misnomers, all these names that you march into, that you're not a citizen of their own government. You don't pledge their own flag. You don't live by those laws and constitution. So once again, this is your brother Jewish Francis Bay out of the Moorish American Government Council in Maryland. And that we want you to study the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's literature. And be a citizen of the Moorish American Government. This is your international mandate. It's not a job. It's not geography and social studies. This is international freedom. Islam, gratitude. I hope you enjoyed when you watch this demonstration. What's the difference between a job and your international mandate, your nationality, your ancient heritage, your tribe. It's everything who you are. Stop listening to Reverend Leroy Love and these me, myself, and I, false teachers, like the one on International Prophet Noble Drew Ali teach, say they're going to keep you in that grave of mental slavery. Marching, boycotting, dreaming, hoping. But instead of teaching you love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice in the mind and the heart, that's divinity. That's your birth. That's who you are. So gratitude, appreciate you. I hope you learned something from it. And contact officials at the Moorish American Government for more assistance. Let me give you that excellent telephone number. Area code 434-676-1555. And you will call Sunday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as the one on the International Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, do it for intelligent tone. What does that word intelligent tone mean according to international law? It's your divine creed. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's your birth. No, your birth is not. You're not a sinner. because the great God of the universe do not create sin, and he's not a sinner. So therefore, your birth is not a sin. Your birth is of the greatest five principles of humanity: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This is your international mandate. This is what's going to give you the international crime that took place against your family bloodline, the seven ancient Moabites. And there's no need to get upset and angry with the European today. No, because what is your divine creed? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So you want to teach, you want to uplift humanity with your divine creed. Not get upset, not be disappointed, no regrets, not the lower self. Because you should be tired of listening to Satan, Lucifer, the dragon, the beast, with all these falsehoods and misnomers. Got you, don't have a clue who you are, what you're doing. Everything is backwards. Now, the one on International Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, let's move forward with our nationality, our divine creed, our Morrisburg government, our Morrisburg flag, our Morrisburg divine constitution, and link ourselves with the world. They got trillions of dollars waiting for us to come to the United Nations as a free nation of people, loving people, according to our divine creed. So Islam, gratitude, appreciate you. Thank you for listening to the demonstration. What's the difference between a job and your international mandate?